Hi all, welcome to Diversified Finance. My name is Lakal. So just a quick video in regards to Bitcoin price action. So let's go to the daily chart. Okay, so as you can see, Bitcoin had a pretty good rally from about 16,200 all the way back up to 23,000, about 24,000. I've seen on some exchanges it has gone all the way up to 25K. So this is a little bit overextended, as you can see. So from the bottom, when we started this, I would say bear market rally, it held this yellow line, which is the 8-day moving average, right? So it held this line, it did not break below. And right now we can see it just broke below this yellow line, and then we are seeing a candle right below this yellow line at the moment. On the daily chart, we could consider still bullish because we can see it broke above 200-day moving average. So this light blue thick line is the 200-day period, like the moving average. So normally we can consider we are in a bull market once we are above this 200 weekly moving average. When we are below this 200 weekly moving average, we consider we are in a bear market. But I would rather see it comes back down to retest this 200-day moving average. But given that Bitcoin is a different beast, right? It might not come all the way back down there to retest. There's a possibility this bull rally is different to what we've seen in the past during the bear market, because we've seen so many failed rallies, right? It just pumps for a couple of days, next day it dumps and comes back, or it goes below the previous support. So, but this one is a bit different because it's pretty promising because we've seen a continuous rally, right? Like daily candles above 200-day moving average, and it sustained some sort of a short-term bull mark rally for the moment. So there's a possibility it could drop back down to this trend line. So this trend line is the long-term trend line that we drew from 2022. So as you can see here, you'll probably be able to see it better on the weekly chart, but it's okay. So this is the top, 69,000, and then we try to break above this trend line right here, so which is the green one, and we fail, and since then we drop far below, like far away from this trend line, which is this green trend line. And finally, it's a good sign we have broken above this trend line, and now we're consolidating above it. So there's a possibility it could come back to retest this trend line, right, somewhere near 21,500. We might see like a week down towards like even 20K, right? There's a possibility it could happen, but I do not believe it's going to go all the way back down to like 15K or to retest these lows as yet, right? There's a possibility it can happen, but not now, because majority of the people are still bearish. Most of the people do not believe this rally. They're still expecting Bitcoin to come back down to 15K or even go to like 14K. When majority expect something like that, right? That's what they were thinking when Bitcoin was under like 16K, around 16,000. That's when Bitcoin tend to like, do the exact opposite. So that's what we're seeing. So given that still people are waiting, right? They're probably going through this disbelief rally right now. People still don't believe this would sustain. So that's why I believe Bitcoin could consolidate in this area and go a lot higher, right? It might come back down to 20K to retest, and it might feel as if it's going to go all the way back down to 16K to retest. But when everyone's like turn around, and then there'll be a lot of people saying like, okay, this is what I exactly said. Like, it's gonna, people who don't believe this rally, they'll be like, this is exactly what I said. It's gonna come back down to 16K, 15K, or could go lower. And when they wait for 15K, 16K Bitcoin, it'll probably consolidate about 20K, and it'll probably keep on going a lot higher. That what I believe. That what I believe could happen. But later on, right, probably this rally could go on for like 3 to 6 months, right? Until April, May, we might see higher prices of Bitcoin. That's what I believe. Until we see some sort of a, like, could be World War III with because of Russia and US or something like that, something that we never seen before. Then it might correct and could come a lot lower. At that time, we might see a lot lower prices. Like even that's when we might see when everybody's expecting higher prices. Like let's say Bitcoin pounds to like 50K, 30K, 35K, 40K, and then majority start saying things like, okay, Bitcoin gonna make like high, go up to like 80K, 100K. That's when I would think we might see Bitcoin just correct and we have like a massive, like a dump, something similar to COVID, right? What we've seen during COVID, and it'll be quickly be recovered just before the halving. It could be um, because of the SEC, right? So if SEC gonna say everything except Bitcoin are securities, right? Then that'll be good for Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin could keep on pumping higher, but it's not gonna be good for all coins. But we never know. So it's better to have a diversified portfolio where you have 60% in Bitcoin, right? 30% in Ethereum, and you can put like 10% in all coins, right? So they're too risky in this environment. Because normally when Bitcoin pumps, that's the first one to pump, right? And then we'll see keep on pumping a lot higher. And when it consolidates, people tend to take profit out of Bitcoin and go into Ethereum and altcoins. So let's not forget that. So let's quickly have a look at the weekly chart as well. Okay, so kind of look a little bit messy. Okay, now it's better now. So we can see, look at this weekly volume. So this is very promising. And then as you can see, we have closed the candle above this green trend line, which is a good thing, right? And now we want to see next Monday how this week is not over. So by next Monday, we would see where this candle gonna finish. Where we don't know whether it might go a little bit lower, or it could stay above this trend line. And one more thing I want to look at the monthly chart because this is today's the last day. Like if you're in Australia, this is 31st. In like 10-15 minutes, like it'll be 1st of Feb. So we will see this candle close and we'll see a new candle starts for the month of Feb. So in that case, so let's see, we want to see these candles stay the same, right? I don't want to see Bitcoin price drop so much for the next few hours, right? I want to see Bitcoin price stay up here because if you look at this monthly candle, January monthly candle, this is looking very bullish because as you can see, it has taken over uh, December high, November high, October high, and even September high. Now it's right on the September support. So I would like to see it close this candle above September support, which is right now upon 22,900, right? That'll be something really bullish because this engulfed 1, 2, 3, 4 monthly candles. So this is a bullish sign. And one more thing I would like to discuss is we can do like a Fibonacci on this January candle, right? Let's do a Fibonacci. So from here to about here. Yeah, so if you do so I've done the Fibonacci only for this January green candle. So normally what we have seen in the past, when we have such a huge green candle, right? It even same for the bear market as well. It tends to come back down to 0.236 or 0.382, right? Just to retest, right? Retest the support. So that's why there's a possibility Bitcoin either in February, early February, it'll probably end of February or early February, it'll probably come back down to $21,000, $22,000, or worst come to worst, it could come to take 20,000, 7, 8, 9, right? And then there'll be a bullish sign if he holds that support, and if it tends to go higher, that's a bullish sign, right? So we've seen this in a bear market as well when we, like for example, right here, like look at this candle right here. So let's do a Fibonacci for this bearish candle as well. So if you do Fibonacci here, as you can see, even though price went so low, like to about like 16,000, the next month, this candle went all the way back up, closer to 0.312. So you know what I'm saying, right? So similarly, there's a possibility. So it happens both ways, right? Bullish, bearish. Like if it's a bearish candle, you tend to see price goes up towards 0.386, 382, and on the other hand, we tend to see it if it's a bullish candle, it tends to come back down to 0.236 or 0.382 just to retest. And it's a good thing if we see that happens. And I would like to see a pullback because we don't want to see Bitcoin pumping so hard for like so many months, like a couple of months. And next thing we know, because you can't sustain because being pumping so much without proper support. So yeah, so that's that. And then, okay, so let's see, this week is pretty hectic, gonna be a pretty hectic week. We got so much earning news happening, and then the most important thing is Fed rate hike. So overnight, probably by Thursday for Australians, or tomorrow, or by Thursday, we'll probably get to know whether they're going to increase interest rates by 0.5 basis points or 0.25 basis points, right? If it's 0.25 basis points, market, this is a good news for market. It'll keep on pumping. And also on Friday, we got non-farm payroll coming up as well for January. So that's something you need to watch, sit down and watch. So this week is like there's so many news coming out of this week. It's a hectic week. So I try not to trade or try not to get into any trades. Probably if during this week, right? I just want to wait till next Monday, Tuesday, and see what happens, right? So, and having said that, I do not expect Bitcoin to come back down to 16 or 15 right now. I'm expecting to stay up there. And okay, so that's the Bitcoin price action. So we can have a look at some altcoins if you have time, yeah. So yeah, LTC, I mentioned this coin. I told a lot of my friends about LTC. It's looking really good. So really good. So this is the weekly chart for LTC. As you can see, I just got in somewhere near $60 for LTC, somewhere around here in probably like October or so. And actually somewhere near, yeah, December, late December to January, something like around $60 mark. And now it's at like 93, and then it's heading up towards 200-day moving average. So this is something significant. We might get a probably like rejection, and then it could come back down to about like 75 to $70 or so. Retest these supports, and then that will be like a massive cup and handle, right? Pattern, maybe like that. And then your price get rejected, come back down there. And if you see something like that, that's a cup and handle. So then the depth of the cup would be something like this. And then we can take it and put it over here where the breakout point is, like, So it could, yeah. So there's a high probability it could pump to about 190 to $200 or so. This is some really bullish on LTC. Plus, there's hardening coming up as well. So because of the hardening, that's why it's pumping. So if we see LTC drop a little bit back down to the supports area, about like 75, 76, or even back all the way back down to like 67 or so, I'm gonna add some, right, for long term. That's one thing. And these coins, right now, whenever you see Ethereum tend to go, if you see Ethereum price tend to go higher, you'll see uh, SKL, Optimism, and Lido. These coins will go up as well because it's closely related to Ethereum price action, right? So as you can see, this is the weekly chart. So let's go to the daily chart for SKL. Yeah, so this is looking really good. As you can see, this is the 200-day moving average. So it's trying to break about 200-day moving average, right? Probably going a little bit lower now, might consolidate around this area. And the second turn, we'll probably be able to break about 200-day moving average. So any coin that you see, if it's above 200-day moving average, so that's like a really bullish sign, right? And as you can see, these coins, they dropped about like what 90% for the past like 2022. During 2022, these coins went down so low. Yeah, so it's down about like what 90%, right? So from here to about here, yeah, about 98%. So this is a long way for this coin. Like if they're gonna go, I mean, if they're gonna go up, if Bitcoin keep up the phase, we probably be able to see a lot higher prices. So how high they could go, you can throw the Fibonacci on this one from top to bottom. Yeah, so there's a possibility this could come back up to 0.618, which is 25 cents. So from now, 3 cents to 25 cents, that's like 8x from here. There's a possibility it could happen. If you are really lucky, you could all go all the way up to 50 cents, right? 51 cents. So that's what like 20 times from here, right? Yeah, about like what 118x or something like that. So yeah, so there are a lot of coins like that bleed so much against Bitcoin and against USDT. So Optimism is another coin, right? It's this coin is looking really bullish, right? And then it actually sitting on this support, right? The highest we have seen for this coin is about like $3. So once it has gone about $3, like it'll probably get into like price discovery. It'll probably keep on going a lot higher. Same with Lido, right? And this one is looking good as well. As you can see, it's looking really bullish. It already made a higher low compared to this low. So we can expect a lot higher prices for this one if Ethereum keeps on pumping. And I also mentioned about Illuvium. This is a massive coin, right? The coin supply is very less. And right now you can see it's pumped from about like 37 cents to about 70, 73. Sorry, 38, $37 to like 73. But that's like what, 2x, 3x, uh, about 2x. So long, even this coin will pump. It's a long way for this coin as well. If it goes up to 0.618, you're looking at what, like 20x or so from here. So these are the coins that I'm holding at the moment. And yeah, so and especially let's look at Hero, right? We discussed about this coin a few times. So these coins, there's not much volume. They just kept on dropping in 2022. And right now it broke about 200-day moving average. So this is something really bullish. And if that's the case, we can do the Fibonacci. Let's say if it goes back up to about 0.618, looking at 4 cents from here. So right now it's about 5 cents. So you're looking at 10x from here all the way up to 0.618. There's a possibility these coins could pump a lot higher because the volume is really thin. If the demand is high, if there's not much sellers, it could pump in a short period of time to like these Fibonacci levels, right? It's a possibility it could happen. We've seen this before. So yeah, but having too much altcoins right now is risky. You'd rather have like more money in Bitcoin preferably like 60% in Bitcoin, even 70% is okay. So 20 to 30% in Ethereum, and the rest you can try on these coins. Yeah, so that's a quick video regards to Bitcoin price action, and we can also have a look at the S&P 500. Yeah, so S&P 500 is actually, let's draw a trend line from here to here. Let me get a little look. Yeah, so if we draw a trend line from, we can line up these tops. So it's right there. So it's indecision. Like we don't know whether it's gonna get rejected, gonna go back down. If it goes back down, it's not good for Bitcoin, right? We want to see uh, share markets keep on going higher, right, and making higher highs. At least if it goes back up to this level, like 4327 for the next couple of months, that'll be really good for Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin could keep on coming a lot higher. Yeah, so that's all for today, I guess. Yeah, that's a quick video regards to Bitcoin and price action. So one thing I want to mention, um, if you, let's say, DCA enough Bitcoin during um, these levels, right? When Bitcoin was at 16K or something. It's kind of, you can relax right now. Like, that's what I'm doing right now. I just because for the whole year of 2022, Bitcoin kept on going lower. I did not walk away from the market. I was there. I kept on adding to my portfolio, and I've done numerous like videos and asking people to buy. It's a good time to get in, like for long term. I mean, I made few videos asking people to buy. This could be the bottom, right, for long term. So once you bought enough coin during this area, right, you can tend to relax. I mean, you can just relax. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm not too bothered of Bitcoin price action right now. If it comes back lower, I just start adding a little bit more whenever I can. And given that I'm quite happy what I'm holding right now because I managed to enter during this phase, right? Somewhere in this area, like more in this area, and then I got into few altcoins in this area as well. So I'm quite happy where I'm right now. That's a good thing about like DCA buying during bear markets, right? Eventually it'll turn back around. Yeah, so I'm just a waiting game for me, right? I just let the market go up. I'm not going to do much right now. But even if you haven't, let's say you're holding a lot of USDT and trying to buy right now, I would say start DCing right now. It doesn't matter the price because if Bitcoin comes to 50K, right, that's like 2x from here, right? And then about the altcoins, if Bitcoin comes 2x, altcoins could go a lot higher. So um, yeah, that's all for today. Yeah, and as I said, I'm quite happy where I'm right now. I'm not gonna worry about like adding too much altcoins or something. I'm quite happy with the altcoins I have right now. So for me, as I mentioned earlier, it's just a waiting game for me and wait and see. Like the market pumps, Bitcoin pumps to like 50K, 30, 40, 50K. I'll just sell and take some profit out. If not, if it comes back down, I just keep on adding, right? So it's just a waiting game right now. But at the moment, it's kind of extended, right? If you can see, let's look at the RSI is kind of extended. Let me just get rid of this. Yeah, so this is kind of extended at the moment. This is extended. So Bitcoin RSI went all the way up to about 90, and now it dropped back down to 60. So this is good enough for Bitcoin, right? This RSI can keep on going higher and then can come back down and go a little bit higher. It can keep on making lower highs, but the price could keep on pumping a lot higher, right? It can make lower highs, but the Bitcoin price could make higher highs, right? We've seen this before. Yeah, so this is a good thing that's cooling off. It's a good thing actually. I wouldn't even mind if Bitcoin comes back down to like maybe 20K and then let RSI drop back down to like 50 or something, then start the next rally from there. Okay, that's just a quick video regards to Bitcoin price action. I'll talk to you in the next video. See ya.